No, no, no. Now you can explain to me what it is. Exam.
Exam is
Mm. Exam is a test of what? Test of students' knowledge or skill. Okay. In a
달라요
yeah.
테스트랑?
Exam is a test of students' knowledge or just a skill in a subject. Okay. Which exam do you think you feel worried about? You've been covering a lot of stuff, okay, like mathematics, English, or the other color language, or society class, okay. Which exam is most tough for you? It's kind of interview. You understand? Which exam is tough for you? Which exam is pretty difficult for you to understand, or you have to spend more time?
Math test.
Math test?
Because English test is easy for me,
Mm-hmm.
but math.
Why do you think it's easy for you? How to say 객관식, 주관식?
choose number.
Multiple choice is 객관식. Essay is 주관식. Essay.
주관식이랑 객관식이 뭔지 모르는데요.
You got to pick the number.
이게 뭔데요?
When pick the number.
그러니까 그게 뭔데요? 주관식이요?
번호 고르기.
그게 주관식이에요?
객관식이지. Okay?
네.
Essay means you got to write down.
그건 객관식.
Yeah.
아니 주관식.
주관식. Okay. So, what makes you so difficult to take when it comes to English test?
Because English test is 뭐라고요? 객관식이 뭐라고요?
Multiple choice.
Multiple choice, but math tests don't have multiple choice.
They multiple test math test has no multiple choice.
Yes,
You got to write down all the formula.
all the 과정이 뭐죠?
Courses.
Courses. So when I have wrong in the course,
Mm-hmm.
it is wrong. Like
When I solve the problem, okay, and my process is wrong,
yes,
then-
finally the answer is right.
even
but-
answer is right,
Yeah, but
but the course
course
is
is wrong,
wrong.
and that is
I got
zero.
the low grade. I got a goose egg. Do you know what I mean? Goose egg?
구스 에그요?
Goose egg.
거위 알이요?
음.
거위 알을 왜 나와요?
Goose egg means 빵점. Goose egg. I got a goose egg. Okay.
Yes.
Even the answer is correct, but the process is wrong, then the teacher got me a goose egg. That means I failed the test.
Yes, and in first grade,
Mm-hmm.
test is maybe 10.
Uh,
The
so I had 10 questions.
Yeah, 10 questions. And all of them is
Essay,
multiple choice.
multiple
No,
choice.
No, essay.
Essay, okay.
Yeah, essay. So when I wrote something
When I got the wrong answer.
No, not in the course.
Uh-huh.
When I got something wrong,
Mm-hmm.
and that is wrong and wrong and wrong, and this is 10
Mm-hmm.
questions.
Mhm.
So in one question, I have 10 points.
Mm-hmm.
So when I have wrong something like in courses,
Mm-hmm.
I got just one wrong thing.
Mm-hmm.
I got 90 score.
Ah, really?
Yeah, and I am managing wrong in the course, and that is like 70 or 80. So I don't know. I don't like that.
That means your score is deducted. 감점. Say
So
deducted.
big.
Yeah. So it add up. So I didn't get a good score for test. Okay. Okay. Next one. Exit.
Exit is the door이라고 표현하죠.
And the door
The door, I can go outside.
through which I can leave the building. I can get out. Okay. So next one. Export.
전문가요?
Export.
전문가요?
That's the export.
뭐죠?
This one is export. Export. Export.
수출하다.
Different. Export.
수출하다. 잘 모르는데요, 저도.
When the country, do you think that our country can export oil?
No?
No, we don't produce oil. There's no oil, okay, in our
In
country.
Korea?
In Korea, no oil. We should
But
we should
have-
import them. We should import oil from the other country like Saudi
have-
Arabia or
We have car oil.
But we import it from Saudi Arabia or the other countries.
And we have olive oil.
We cannot produce oil because oil is not coming from our country.
No, but we have olive in this country, right? No?
I don't think so.
No?
Even the oil might be somewhere, but we haven't found any oil in our country. There's Saudi Arabia is a very rich country because they can produce oil,
Okay.
So
we don't have any oil,
yeah,
right?
so far, okay.
I don't
Also,
have
if you say export means send good,
what?
send the good products to another country. Or we can produce, semiconductor, 반도체, semiconductor, semicomputer to the other country, okay? Because we are Samsung or the other very big company, they can produce semiconductor. So then we can make a lot of money out of this kind of stuff, okay?
Okay.
What about explore?
Explore is like find something.
So do you like to explore something? When you become an adult, okay? Do you want to explore something? What was it? Explore.
Explore something.
Such a place or discover things about something, Okay?
Yes.
So, do you want to explore, around the world? I mean, you try to discover something, okay? You can have a lot of experience in traveling around the world. Do you have a mind to explore countryside?
Have a mind.
Do you have a mind to explore
travel
countryside?
something? No,
Traveling around the world.
actually.
세계 여행.
No.
You don't want to.
Because when I was young, 아니 어렸을 때부터 몰라요. When I was young.
Since I was young.
Since I was young,
쭉이니까. Since I was
I
young.
traveled many.
I have traveled.
I have traveled many countries.
Uh-huh.
Like we have 64 countries, right? No.
Really?
No.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So, how many countries have you traveled?
Yes.
How many countries have you traveled so far since you were young?
I don't know detail, but I think
Mm-hmm.
it's more than 30.
More than 30 countries.
Yes, because I born in USA.
I was born in USA.
Yes, and when Korea, and that is one travel, right?
Yeah, sure. One country,
Okay.
small country,
Yes, and in Korea, I have many countries.
You have traveled. I have traveled to many countries. More than 30 countries.
At least 2 times in a year.
Twice a year?
No, at least.
At least twice a year.
A year. And in Corona, no, in COVID-19.
During Corona period.
Yes. No. 2 years.
For 2 years.
I can't travel.
You couldn't travel.
I couldn't travel.
Mm-hmm.
And this year, I traveled Canada. So I think no more than maybe 38. No, actually more than 40.
Yeah, no one, in your classroom cannot beat you when it comes to traveling abroad.
Yeah.
Because you have had a lot of experience, exploring the countryside, okay?
But problem is I can't remember anything.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You forgot
Canada.
Except Canada.
And Uruguay.
Even you've been to other countries, but you can't remember. You don't have any
because-
memory about that.
Because I was very, very, very young at that time.
At the time. So, is there any country you just been aspired to go or to experience?
무슨 말이에요?
Is there any country you've been aspiring to travel, explore?
스파링이요?
Aspire 하면은 갈망하다.
갈망이 뭐예요? 가고 싶은 거?
가고 싶은데.
하와이.
Hawaii. Hawaii is a country I've been wanting to visit. So, you have no experience, visiting the country?
Yes.
Oh, that's very weird because most people, when they want to go for first visit, there's a Hawaii.
Yeah.
Hawaii is a pretty popular country that most people want to visit.
Yes, and I want to visit too, but actually I don't like hot weather.
Hot weather.
I just want to watch them
Really?
in the TV or YouTube, and I don't want to go there because it is so hot. Yeah.
That's why hot weather, doesn't suit me, okay?
Yes.
Okay, good job. Now, next one.
Next one, 몇 가지예요?
What is it? Examine. Say, examine.
Examine.
What is examine?
This is same like explorer, but
I don't think so.
this is finding.
Try to find.
Yes.
Try to find.
And
Or look at something carefully.
yes.
Why do you think, look at something carefully?
Because why did it?
In order to discover something, about them. Okay? For example, when you do experiment, in physics, in science class, okay? Then you just try to examine the quality of something, something element. Or if there is so much traffic or a coronavirus, okay? The scientist and the doctor try to examine ways of, getting over the virus, okay? You can say examine. Okay, next one. Say expense.
Expense.
What is expense?
The money is going up. Like I buy something, I expend something. So it is like buying.
Expense the use of money. Do you think that when you have money, when you got the money from your parents or by doing something, do you tend to save up or do you tend to spend all the money?
50%.
You save up 50% of your income,
Yeah.
then you just save it in the bank and you don't spend it.
No. lastly가 최근에죠.
Recently.
Recently요?
Uh-huh.
Recently, I got. 에이, 이거 영어로 표현 안 되는데요. 10만 원을 뭐라 해요?
100,000 won.
100,000 won.
Mm-hmm.
And 500 맞나? 500,000 won. 맞아? 이거 50만 원 아니에요? 5만 원. 50% of that, I just want to keep this, and other thing I spend in Olivia that I want to buy something, and now I have 20,000 won,
Mm-hmm.
and I got this now, but I don't want to spend this like one time, like I bought something expensive,
Mm-hmm.
and that time I spend this money like one time,
Uh-huh.
and I don't like this situation
Why you don't like the situations?
because while I get money,
Mm-hmm.
this is hard to get money,
Mm-hmm.
but this is easy to spend money,
Mm.
so I think I have to save my money.
Uh-huh. You mean that so you're not extravagant. You're very economical. Okay?
Yes,
Economical.
and I am very I'm very cherry picker. Do you know what is cherry picker?
I have no idea about it. Can you tell me at the moment time?
This is something 약간 속담이나 어휘 같은 거.
It's kind of saying.
Yeah,
It's kind of saying.
it's kind of saying in America, and cherry picker is something who is like 까칠한 사람 뭐라 해요?
A very picky person.
네?
Pretty picky person.
Yeah, picket is like cherry picker.
Mm-hmm. Cherry picker.
This is the same.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm very cherry picker in buying something.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to buy something, and I find in the internet. I search that in internet, and when the internet is more cheaper, I buy in the internet, and that's it.
Okay. Then next one. Example.
쌤 어디까지요?
What is example?
Example is 예시? 예시는 뭐라 하지?
Something that shows, what it is. For example, if you just manufacture, some cassette or books, okay, or the products, cosmetics, then you got to, get an example for this. Then you can promote this cosmetics to the people, the consumers. Examples, 예시, or that is typical of the group of things that is a member of. Example, okay? So, for example, please give me an example of improvement, okay? You have mentioned. You got to show them, okay? You got to show people about that, okay? Then you can promote it. So what about exceed? What is exceed?
Exceed is like over.
Yeah. Greater than the number amount to go past the allow limit. Allow limit, okay? Allow limit means, the limit, there's a restriction for this. Your budget must not exceed, 5,000, but you spend more than, 6,000. That means your final cost exceed 6,000. You spend money over it. Okay? 초과하다. Exceed. Okay? Exceed. Next one, excel.
Excel is like good at something.
Very good at. Very powerfully, extremely, definitely good at something. Okay? So when you study abroad and if you just spend more than 2 years in America, then you can excel, the other people in Korea in English. You know what I mean? Excel means, extremely good at something. So what do you want to excel when you study abroad, when you go to America? Which one do you want to excel others?
In the exam.
In the exam.
Exam.
What kind of exam do you think you can excel the other student?
What kind of exam? Like any exam. I want to. I want
to what?
Any exam. I want to have good score.
I want to keep up with them. Keep up with.
Keep away.
If you say keep up with, it means 따라잡다. Or you want to get ahead. Get ahead of others 하면은 더 앞서다. Get ahead of others.
네.
Okay? Get ahead of others. 벌써 40분 지났네.
그러니까요.
Okay.
좀 많이 했다고.
Except. Say except. Except.
Except
Mhm.
is like
If I ask you, how was your, kind of living in Canada, then I have fun except blah blah. 이렇게 그러면
yes, but
not
I don't
including.
know the meaning in Korean, but I can explain that because I don't know that.
From this time, I'm gonna train you, how to explain words in English. For example, today we learn, kind of what did we learn? For example, like surgery. Explain to me surgery. What is it? Surgery. 수술.
수술. That is medical treat.
Medical treatment.
Yes.
Medical
That is-
treatment.
That's it.
Yeah, involving doctors cutting, okay? Cutting into. What about?
가져와요 제가.
내가 보내줄 거야. What about tube?
Tube. Tube is like something rounded. And
Pipe.
Okay.
Pipe through which what?
I
Water
just said,
and
like,
air
rounded
passes.
and I can do it and something.
What about value?
Value.
You say 가치.
Yes.
How to explain to me?
I don't know value is.
What is worth? What is worth? You know?
Yes, what is important to me or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah. So, 마지막. When do you say regret?
What is
Regret. 후회.
후회?
음.
I'm disappointed to me.
But I know that. But when do you say regret it?
Like
Regret is.
I didn't study in this exam and
You got a bad score.
yeah, bad score, and I
regret it.
Regret.
That means you wish that it hadn't happened. Wish that it hadn't happened. 그러니까 그것이 hadn't happened. 일어나지 않기를 바랐다는 거죠.
네.
For example, if you didn't study, hard for the exam, in the end, when you got a bad grade, you can say that, oh, I wish, I had studied hard. 이 말은 뭐냐면, wish it hadn't happened. 그러는 것이 일어나지 않게 바라는 거지.
Yeah.
Hadn't happened. Can you tell me one thing you regretted nowadays? 요 근래 중에 하나 얘기해봐. Please tell me one thing that you regretted.
I regretted like when I was in the elementary school. I just want to study, not play.
Not play.
So if I go back to that grade, I want to playing with my friends or something. Yes.
You can say you regret, okay? Good job.
Good.
얼마나 했어?